In this video, we're going to be back testing a little trading strategy that we use at Limitless. Liquidity is pretty much a little strategy that pretty much does give a potential of a 1 to 10 on an intraday perspective. It just depends on how many confidence you can get, but this is mainly due to 5-minute and 1-minute entry. So yeah, but if you do take any gems from this, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, as it would help a lot. This is not financial advice, this is just for educational purposes only. So yeah, as you can see here, how would you start off by trading this? Essentially, what we would do at Limitless Liquidity, that we would know out all of the liquidity aspects. So what we can see here is that there is liquidity here. So what would we do? We'd place a little line stating that there is liquidity upon here. So liquidity there, and if we drop into the 15-minute, what can be seen? You can see that there has been trendline liquidity made, and this should soon be looking like it will be taken out. So what would we do? In order for a valid trade idea for us, we would look for an inducement, pretty much an inducement in price. So as you can see here, people would have pretty much bought in at roughly at that. I'm not too sure if it's a supply or demand because I could care less, but I know for a fact retail traders would have definitely placed a little buy trade due to this. They would have thought, okay, look, smart money concept. This is a smart money concept trap that you got to be careful for. So what would we do at Limitless Liquidity? We would wait essentially, because as you can see, there is liquidity there, and that does show that price definitely does have the potential to reach above there. So even if we drop into the 5-minute to see what else is going on, we can possibly even see that this is another smart money concept trap. Pretty much you can see here, I feel like once price does pretty much induce this area, we should have a clear set to buy. So just bear with me while we get this sorted. So yeah, we can see here the price pretty much is induced this, and what can be said, yep. So we just keep waiting, and then pretty much you can see here we did have the initial inducement of this, and looks like this also did get induced. So therefore it does indicate to us that we do have a clear buy opportunity. So if we drop into the 1-minute, the main reason for the 1-minute is because there is a clear buy opportunity within this region. So even if we do place buy on this, actually a live execution on a buy, if we did see this, so where would we place it? We'd possibly even place it there. And where would the stop loss be? Roughly around about this region. So how many pips is that? Let me just bear with me. So it's about 4.5 pip stop loss, and you can definitely target those highs when it comes to these. So pretty much target those highs. So if we drop into the 5-minute and we see what is going on, so let's see what plays out. Okay, and looks like price is pretty much respecting this. What can be said in the 1-minute? Let's check in the 1-minute to see what's going on. Oh no, don't do this on me. Okay, so it looks like we can't go into the 1-minute, but what can be said, this would definitely be a lovely trade idea, because as you can see, there pretty much was a major, not even a major inducement, I'd probably say an intermediate inducement. Before we enter a trade, we always look for inducement, and yeah, you can pretty much see that obviously the spreads are a bit crazy at this time, even in the pretty much for majority of the brokers essentially. So we would probably target this high. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see how this plays out. You could have put a market execution. So yeah, just wait, see what happens. Price is doing its thing. Even if that, we could possibly even see that obviously due to the fact that price has initially induced this, we could possibly even place another buy opportunity if you did, but obviously you do at your own risk. So we're just waiting, just seeing nothing occurring. Still waiting to see if anything does occur. Yep, and we have almost hit our first target, which is this high. Okay, so what can be said? This is initial. I wouldn't really say that this is a high. The point, this would be the first target. Then the second target would be this one, and then the initial target would be that one. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how trade plays out. If we drop into the 5 minute to see if we can get any continuation trades, let's see what is going on. Yep, price is continuing, and as you can see, everyone thought that okay, maybe that this would be another sell opportunity and stuff, but like I said, you could possibly even get a few sell trades actually, but once we do reach a clear point of inducement, obviously price still does need to liquidate this area in order for price to come back down. So you got to take that into consideration. Don't always be the retail's liquidity when it comes to the trading. So you can pretty much see here that this is the Asia session starting, and pretty much Asia session is pretty much where the liquidity is built. But yeah, hopefully you guys do take that as a note. So what can be said? Yep, okay. As well as that, look at the time, 5 o'clock. The Asia low is a good point if you are awake at this time. Obviously I wouldn't, but if you are awake and there was an inducement, this would possibly even be a really good time to buy. The main reason for this, if we drop into the 1 minute essentially, you can see that all of this liquidity has pretty much been induced. So just keep wait until we get a clear once we get a clear turn. So yeah, you can pretty much see that price is starting to pretty much have a little bit of a rejection. So if you put it back to play, what can be said? Okay, it looks like price is now coming back up. Okay, maybe not. So we just had to keep waiting until a proper, a clear inducement has occurred. So yeah, you can pretty much see that this was also induced, and this whole sector was also induced by the liquidity. So now you can just pretty much place a market execution essentially, or even if you want, you can probably play it safe and wait. Yep, so yeah, you could have definitely got an entry on this one actually. If you bear with me, you could have put a little entry on this. So yep, you could put entry there. Stop loss right below there. Well, how many pips is that? Just bear with me. Yeah, so pretty much 2 pip stop loss, and you definitely would have been up in profits. So anyway, let's go back up, and what can be said, you can see that the liquidity, all of this liquidity is up there. So we were to target our initial area. Just bear with me. Okay, so now let's see what happens actually. Okay, crazy stuff. Pretty much just blew up. So that was a very clear area. Okay, but obviously our initial TP was roughly here, so that would have been now 1 to 32, and this one would have been a 1 to 17. So pretty much crazy amounts of profits being made. It's just all about the inducement. You just got to understand that once price does induce something, key level, obviously, even if we go into 15 minute, you can see that this has pretty much been induced. Like, what do you understand? Like, smart money concepts, all this bullshit. Like, people would have definitely, obviously, you must be fucked in the brain if you don't believe this. But literally, look, smart money concepts, all this fucking order block bullshit, people would have bought in roughly this area, and the market is not fucking stupid. They fucking have access to the internet. Obviously, they know where the fuck people are placing their buys and sells. They have liquidity pools where they will target. And what happened? It got induced. Once that occurred, if you were smart enough, you would have got yourself a nice little buy, essentially. So just keep waiting and see what happens. See, okay, boom, and price did liquidate this area. Okay, so that was that. And now what can happen? We can start looking for sales now. The main reason for that is, if we check on the 1 hour, let me go back to the 1 hour. Okay, where would you see inducement? So you can see that this was a really key area of inducement. And where can you see liquidity now? You can see liquidity is here, pretty much a double bottom occurring. So pretty much you can see here that price induced this, pretty much tapped up into this area. I'm not too sure if it's a supply or demand, but whatever the fuck it is what it is. If we drop into the 5 minute, oh no. Yep, that's fucked. Fucked me over. We won't go any lower, but let me just play. Oh, yes. Look, this is a prime example of why smart money concepts does not work, or fucking bullshit. So yeah, you can see here that this is a clear area. What do people not understand? That there's fucking liquidity based below this area. But what can be said? People are not just smart enough in it. So obviously, let me just move this over to where we hit the TP. And what can be said? Okay, so what time is it now? Just the start of London. Started London, and we've had an inducement, crazy inducement. I would now be looking for short opportunities. The main reason for this is we've pretty much induced a really strong area, and we need to be able to induce something before we are able to enter a trade, and time also does play a major part. So let's see what happens. Yes, it also does create liquidity. You can see here liquidity is right below here. Let me just point this out. So you can see liquidity there. You can pretty much see liquidity here. Where the fuck's the line? Yep, so you can pretty much see liquidity there. Liquidity there. Like you gotta think as a retail trader, where would these retail traders place their initial pretty much executions essentially, and you gotta target those. So from this you can see that there's liquidity, and you know that price is going to definitely come down, and you can see price has induced this area. So we're just going to have to wait and see if we can get a little tap up into this region. So if price does tap into this region, which don't think it does, but if it does, let me just put a little short opportunity roughly around this region, and we'll just put the stop loss right above here. So how many pips is it actually? Let me just count that. Okay, about 5.5. Let's just say 6, just to be on the safe side. We just target this lower, yeah. But obviously, with trade management and stuff, we can pretty much see what happens. Yep, looks like we've been tapped up into the trade. Looks like price is coming up, price is coming down, price is coming up, price is coming down. And yep, so it looks like we could have initially, okay, you could have had another trade. You could have actually waited for this confirmation. You possibly even got a little smaller stop loss, but obviously I'm a bit greedy, FOMO, yeah. But anyway, so this would have been the key area. But obviously I put this up there, so it just depends on how you look at it. But now what can be said? We just wait for this. Okay, crazy. What do you see? Liquidity. Crazy shit. But we don't stop there yet, because there is other stuff that has to be taken out. What's this here? You see, there's more liquidity. Let me see. So this week on EU was a fucking slaughter fest, and fuck me, there was loads and loads of potentials. So you could have done a 1 to 17, pretty much 1 to 18, a 1 to 32, and now let me just see if we can put this down all the way here, because there is liquidity there. So another 1 to 16. So let's see what the fuck you can do. Yep. Oh, price came back up. Okay, looks like we were liquidity. Looks like we were liquidity. If you took your profits, and then you would be okay. Yep. I see what I did wrong. There's liquidity up here. My mistake. Shit. Oh well. We're just gonna have to wait now. What can be said? Okay. Yep. So either way, I show my losses. I'm not a little pussy. I don't really give a fuck. So either way, you're down 1%, but you're still up like flipping, fuck knows, like 50% or some shit, which is crazy. So anyway, you can see here that was the initial FU. And pretty much, if you were smart enough, you would have gone to the buy. If you know what I mean, because this induced this, and from there onwards, people would have been like, "Oh, it's an order block, fuck me, yeah," and they would have got fucking induced, and then you would have got yourself a nice little buy opportunity. Fuck. So you've got to make sure that you check the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and the 1 minute if you all want to do intraday scalping. So yeah, and looking for these low entries. But anyways, so what can be said now? You can see here that there is more liquidity being made. Okay, let me just mark this out. So you can pretty much see there's liquidity essentially there, and there's also liquidity there. And where would we look for a trade opportunity? In my opinion, I feel like I would mainly go for roughly this region. The main reason for that is obviously I wouldn't see price coming back up into this clear area. So in order for a short opportunity, I would wait for there. And then obviously I'd place a stop loss. Pretty much. Maybe, is this 6 pips? I'm not too sure. Is it 6 pips? Yeah, 6.2 pips. Alright, 6.2 pips, not that bad actually. So yeah, just wait and see what happens now. Obviously they've still got the initial target of down below, so just bear with me while I fucking do this shit. Okay, let's target this area. Okay, let's see what happens. Boom boom. Okay, we've been triggered into it. No, we haven't actually. We haven't been triggered into it. Okay, now we've been triggered. And what has happened? Yep, you can see here that obviously we're still in London session, and looks like price is dropping. And where did it target? Our first fucking area. Yep, and you could possibly even get into a little confirmation. Let me see if you can get another trade opportunity. There's a bit of imbalance within this region, but I would feel like I wouldn't come there. So let me see if I put another short opportunity roughly around about this area. Put the stop loss right there and see if you could get another little trade opportunity. You know what I mean? It's not totally being greedy, but it is what it is, part of the market. Let's see what occurs. Looks like we ain't coming up. Like, oh, we just about missed it. Looks like prices come back up. Oh, looks like okay, we're down another 1%. So we're down 2%, but we're still up crazy fucking amounts of percent. And yep. Yeah, okay, fuck. It did actually work in that favor. Fuck. We should have targeted that other one, but it is what it is. It's just part of how you trade. But either way, we're still up. So we can still see that we're still up. Let me just get the 5 minute because it's pissing me off. Yep, so you can pretty much see the liquidity being built. And what can be said, so let's just keep fucking playing this shit. Let me delete this one. And yep, what happened? We pretty much went crazy. So another 15% on the account. Not even 15%, but there, let me see if you did close out roughly here. Another 10% on the day, which is crazy. So this liquidity, it just shows that liquidity is so fucking keen when it comes to trading that you can actually make crazy amounts of money when it comes to intraday. But obviously I do have a full-on trading strategy that actually goes into in-depth on how to make moves like this, but it just depends on how you trade. But like I said, you can make 1 to 10s, 1 to 20s, 1 to 30s, pretty much even 40-50% in a day if you tried. But it was a fucking slaughter fest this week on EU, which is fucking crazy. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. It's coming up for 20 minutes now. And yeah, but if you do want more information on this, make sure that you check out my Discord channel. I've got some major things coming soon. It's going to be a monthly subscription. It will be quite cheap actually. I'm not going to be charging fucking ridiculous prices like fucking $149 a month. But yeah, probably even like probably like $49 or even lower. Just see how it is. But yeah, make sure you join the Discord, follow me on Instagram and Twitter to keep updated. But other than that, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and peace.